with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will go. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools, anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best, and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clever D, the Combat G, and the Sports Professor.
Yo, what up, friends? You know what it is. Ball and Buds back at it again. Your favorite combat sports duo for another Clubber D, the Combat G's Combat Sports special for the huge boxing news going all over, and also UFC Fight Night Fallout, UFC 312 preview coming up this weekend, and none other do we go to our boxing, our MMA, and our UFC insider, star of the show, Clubber D, the Combat G.
Yo, how it be, how it do, what it do, something. Yeah, man, soon to be BKFC. I'm about to get into that. I'm about to get into Muay Thai. About to get into everything pretty soon. You know, you guys might see me on TV one day. You know what I'm saying? Usually you see me coming out of your mom's house, but that's a different story. How's everybody doing? Time for everybody to trickle on in here and all that good stuff.
He said, if your mom has been staying in her room lately and you haven't seen her, there may be a reason for that, is what I'm hearing.
Hey, if you see that distilled water on the nightstand, you don't see a CPAP machine. I mean, I was there. But before we get started, I want to shout out a couple fellas, man. My man, I was tapping in listening to 86 Boxing. Josh was going over some of the old Irish, some of the Irish boxers back in the day, over a century old boxers he's talking about, giving a lesson on that. And then I also tapped in on after listening to him, I went over and started listening to Live of Light Skin Lou. He had on rising featherweight boxer Steve Too Much Johnson. So if you guys get a chance, check out 86 Boxing. Check out Live with Light Skin Lou on YouTube. The pages are amazing, and on IG. You know what I'm saying? Help our peoples out. You help us out, they'll help you out and all that good stuff. We might shout you out.
Hey, the streaming community is like a brotherhood and a sisterhood. We all try to help each other out. So y'all make sure you go ahead and tap in with all of those channels, especially 86 Boxing. Josh, great dude, does great content over there. Skywalker Boxing Media, Country Box, everyone. Make sure y'all tap in with all of those great channels. So salute to you, sir. And yes, Live with Light Skin Lou makes me pop every time. I love that name so much.
Him and Kiki are killing it. They're doing some great interviews. And yes, Josh, we do need to link up. We got the biggest boxing card coming up on the 22nd. So we're definitely gonna do a show for that. So gotta have you on for that. So we're definitely gonna figure something out.
Yes, definitely want to do that. And as well, Skywalker said he could get us some former champions to come interview on the show if we wanted. So, hey, you already know. And let's do this. First of all, make sure you're subscribed to Ball and Buds, BALLAND BUDS. You see it at the top. There's a handy QR code right up there. You scan that. That'll take you to find all the social medias. You can subscribe to our YouTube, follow on Instagram. You can even find Clubber D on TikTok there, as well as the Bottom Line Sports Facebook group, among other channels that we have going on. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I already see we got a few people trickled in. I see we got a like there already. Please make sure you hit that like button so they can amplify us in that YouTube algorithm. Yes, sir. Appreciate you as well. And shout out Daniel Barry. Everybody watching from Let's Talk Sports Network, which I know
you,
very, thank you, huge fan. And then also everybody watching at the Bottom Line Sports Group right now, we appreciate you as well. So again, go ahead and hit that like button, and we will keep it moving.
And one last before we get started. Everybody watching from the Zima Nights crew, appreciate you watching. Dale, probably only one. That's okay.
Hey, even if he's the only one, we appreciate the support, Snail. Oh, and by the way, we know who won't be watching. Our brother Bajuan Malave, who has a show tonight. Killing it. Comedy. If you're in the VA Beach area, I forgot where it was at. Do you remember where it was at?
Yes, it's somewhere down in the beach, I believe.
80-20 Club or something like that.
He's coming out, and he hasn't been on stage for a couple months. And he told me, he got the call. They said, you want to rock and roll? He said, let's do this. So, he got jokes for everybody. Bajo's going to kill it like he always does, man. He's performed at the Funny Bone down in Virginia Beach multiple times. So he's going to do what he always does,
Yes, sir. And we're going to do what we always do, and that is provide you with this entertaining content. So let's kick this bad boy off. Oh, nobody accept me. I see the comment, but if we were to post that, unfortunately, we would give away the whole tease for the show.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're gonna post you. We're gonna come back to that and post that when we. Yeah, trust me. We feel you on that. We feel you on that.
Yeah.
Everybody that's a major boxing fan knows what we're talking about. We'll get to that.
And that's a little tease. So thank you for that tease. Nobody accept me. Thank you for teasing that for us, so we could we can get that in later. All right, cool. So let's start off with MMA and what we got going on. We had the fallout from UFC Fight Night this past weekend, and some people I've seen on the internet have said that they believe this card was better than the UFC 312 card coming up this weekend. So I put that to you while I also ask you, what were your thoughts on this card? And I know obviously we'll get, you want to talk about the undercard, and then we'll talk about the main event.
Well, I mean, this card it's set up for none but high action knockouts and very, very high level of, you think you get a bunch of knockouts, but we got a bunch of blood in a couple submissions. But this fight card wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? You had to watch it at 12 o'clock in the morning, which was great on Saturday. It means you can watch the card and go about the rest of your day and have fun. So love that, because I could watch that card early, chill, relax, and then watch Benavidez and Morrell later that night. So worked out perfect for me as a fight fan. Now, as far as it being against the card this weekend, I mean, this weekend's card is, I mean, it's not. This is like a Tuesday night USA boxing card. You know what I'm saying? There's like 2 fights I really want to watch on this, maybe 2. I mean, but this card is not that good. I mean, this is what, when we talk about the UFC is wearing itself thin, where less is more with the UFC. It needs to be less is more. You guys have fight nights all the time. You have obligations to Saudi Arabia and other places. And then, you know what I'm saying, it's then you try to put on these cards where you expect me to pay $80 for this card when I got a fight night last week for free. And so, it's conflicting. It's like David Benavidez, even though that's an $80 card, Amazon's charging, we got the best card in boxing in like 2 weeks for like $22 that Turkey Al-Sheikh is putting together. So, it's it's one of those dilemmas. But definitely I had this fight night. When it's all said and done, this will be better than the pay-per-view this Saturday.
Okay, word. Well, that's what I saw was most of the proclamations on the internet, like, why wasn't this the pay-per-view instead of this being the fight night? And the people were, they get up in arms, people on the internet, they don't have anything else to do sitting in their mama's basement. But I do agree with them, and I agree with shots fired, but I agree with them, and I agree with you as well. So let's go through this card really quick. I know you wanted to touch on a couple of fights here. I know you wanted to touch on a couple fights here. Did you want to talk about, first of all, I know we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I just see this fight now. Pavlovich with the decision over Rosenstruck. Did you want to?
I mean, that fight, to be honest with you, I was like, come on, man. I did a short. I did not release the short. Oh, we'll get to boxing. But I did not release the short because I didn't do it in time. And thank God I didn't do that, because I had Rosenstruck winning, and that fight was a snore fest, and he didn't want to engage. I mean, he literally was leaning back on his back foot, doing these wild punches, and then when Pavlovich, when he get him down, he would just cover up or just hold on. You know what I'm saying? Lay and pray. This fight was not what it's built up to be, because Pavlovich, he is a type that can knock the race off your face. He is one of those heavy hitters that can do that, but you know, it didn't live up to its capability, and I was a little pissed off about that fight. Very mad.
Okay. All right. And LOL says nobody except me. And we see the next comment as well. And you must be reading Clubber D's mind. You must have been like hacked into his online diary or something, because you know all the topics we're going to talk about somehow, and I'm not sure how. We can't post your next comment either, because then we give it away again.
Yeah. This is a true fight fan. I love this. I love it.
All right, cool. But we can't show this one. UFC diluted too many fighters and events. That's what you were just talking about.
Yeah, their obligation to ESPN is it's kind of hard for them now. And now they announced that they're going to have Chael Sonnen and DC be the coaches for the Ultimate Fighter show. Because I mean, I don't even know who still watches that show. I haven't watched that show. But not me. Should take Ronda Rousey last time I watched it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, on ESPN Plus, if I'm bored, I might catch an episode every once in a while and run into it. But yeah, I don't watch it either. All right, how about we move into that co-main event, the middleweight bout between, you can say his name how you did earlier, I'm not going to, Magomedov versus Michael Venom.
We'll say the Bullet.
I want you to say it again.
I'll say Shara Bullet. How about that?
Don't get us beat up by the Magomedov crew.
No, it's Shara. His nickname's Bullet. It's that's how they say it. Shara Bullet.
Oh, okay.
So how about that? Yeah, I watch it and hear them say, how about that? And against Michael Venom Page. So I'm not gonna lie, in my unreleased short that I was gonna drop, I had Magomedov knocking him out, because MVP was moving up. MVP lost his last fight, even though it was against Ian Gary. It could have gone kind of either way. It was a kind of boring fight, but I figured Michael Venom Page, his age would catch up with him at some point. You know what I mean? He had that crucial knockout by Diego Lima. Yeah, Diego Lima. And then he did bare knuckle against Mike Perry. This guy, he's fought any and everybody on the Bellator side. But, at a certain point, every fighter, like this person in the main event, once your chin goes, it goes. Not that he's been tapped that many times, but, I figured this would be the time that it happened. And then I talked to my man TJ at the gym the other day. He was like, man, Magomedov gets hit all the time. It's just that his last fight, he got lucky with that spinning elbow, whatever it was. He's a good kickboxer, but he had him losing. So this fight happened. MVP put on a clinic. MVP looked great. Okay, so MVP, I don't know if he's going to stay at middleweight. I hope he should stay at middleweight, but he looks good. He doesn't look 37. I thought his age would catch up with him and he was going to get caught, but nah, he canceled all those plans to push Magomedov, and it probably did them a favor, because Magomedov has one eye, so he's not going to be able to fight in America. So the only time he's going to be able to fight is in Saudi Arabia or Dubai or something like that. I mean, I don't even know if he can fight in the UK. So I know a lot of these stars getting older. They need to build these younger stars, especially stars that are from that region, so they can keep going back there and sell out the house. You look at Islam, that heart is full of Dagestanis, people like that, or Chechnyans, what I'm saying? So they need to build more stars, and now they're like, God, dog, MVP done messed our plans up. So, and then when he said, I'm your captain, because the dude's the pirate, see, look, right there. MVP said, I'm your captain at the end of the fight. It was pretty funny. So, yeah, his treasure was stole that night, and he got stolen.
This is hilarious, because this is one of your cousins, obviously not mine, because none of mine speak English. Let's just get that out of the way. So it couldn't be any of them. This is your cousin on his KD burner. Do you know which cousin this could possibly be of yours?
I know it is.
Okay.
I know who it is. I know who it is. Down there in Atlanta. I know he is.
Oh, that's great. That's tremendous. That's why he's thinking just like you, your family. That's why. That makes complete sense.
I know exactly who that is there, Mr. CJ.
Hey, shout out, brother. Thank you for watching. Moving into the main event. Israel Stylebender Adesanya taking on Imavov, because I'm not even going to try his first name.
No, that was good. That was good.
Okay, Imavov.
You got it. Yeah.
KO TKO in round 2, 30 seconds remaining. What are your thoughts on this fight? And we'll bring up the question your cousin asked, which is the same thing that you were going to ask as well.
I mean, this is his first fight in like what, 5 or 6 or 7 years where it wasn't a 5-rounder and being for the belt or something of that nature. You know, he's always been hovering around there in the last 5-6 years. You know, Izzy has a great run. Yeah, mind you, he's had over 100 kickboxing fights. So, you know, he's 35 years old, but he's been around. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He looked good, just like in the Duplessis fight. He looked good until he got taken down and got submitted in Duplessis fight. In this fight, he was looking good. When I was talking to my man TJ about it at the gym, I didn't notice. I had to rewatch it. He got poked in the eye, but let it go, and then he got caught.
Right.
I watched it again, and yeah, he did get poked, but then he got caught. So it's like watching him fight nowadays reminds me of like Chuck Liddell or one of those fighters that they used to take a beating and keep coming back. And now when you watch them, you're like on pins and needles, like, when's he going to get knocked out? When is he going to get clipped and get that flash knocked out? That's the realm where I put him in as far as fighters I like. And I hate to see that fall from grace. So, it's I don't think he's done. I think you need to put him in against somebody. You got to put him in that gatekeeper realm, that right above Kevin Holland realm, like somewhere right above there. Put him in, test him out and test him out in that type of fight. Because, you know, he could be like an Andre Arlovski who just keeps fighting and fighting, you know, and won't get to the upper echelon, but just keep fighting, you know, who's who. So you could put Izzy in that realm, to be honest with you. That's what I would do, just to test to see how he does.
Yeah, I saw and I was trying to find it just now if I could find it, but I saw on X the other day like a little meme that had Israel Adesanya in the first like 7 years of his career. I think it was 2013 to 2021 or something like that, undefeated with all these KOs. And then it was like since 2021, it was like 0-5 with like, or 1-5. I can't remember the exact record. And like 3 KOs. And it just shows how even the greatest fighters, someone who won at one point in time was in talk to be one of the greatest, fighters in not only his division, but in UFC, like you just said, has a fall from grace that is so sudden and so significant.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, if I was looking at his fights, and he was on a tear until he moved up to 205 to fight Blachowicz and got out wrestled.
Wow.
When he moved back down, he won, I think, 2 or 3 in a row, fought Pereira. You know what happened. Came back and won, and then lost again to Strickland. And then, you know, so ever since he moved up, that kind of slowed him down. You know, he was on that Mighty Mouse, that Anderson Silva in his prime, like streak, you know what I'm saying? And those guys were just unstoppable. Anderson Silva stopped him was a broken leg, which is that was the second fight. The first fight he got knocked out for Chris Weidman playing around. Then he broke his leg the following fight. That joint was spun around. Oh, it was gross. It was.
Oh God! Don't remind me. That was so.
You know what, Omar? So you got Slapfest. You got the little Slapfest joints. I saw that. So now they have one where people are just taking leg kicks back and forth, just standing still, boom, kick my leg. And I saw one where dude did that. His toe wrapped around and touched his it was bad. It was bad. Yeah. Don't watch that. Don't watch that.
No. Why do people do that? ATL ho. That's right. Yeah, I know. He also says the MMA casuals been killing me this week. Everybody get caught. 1 second they say he the best, next second he never was. I think he just need a tune-up and not a contender. What do you say?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you got to test him with something like a gatekeeping level, like someone that's good, but they're at the crossroads of their career. They can go up or go down, 1 to 2. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he looked good. He looked sharp. It's just that, you know, he got caught, and just like when he fought DDP, he looked good in that fight. He just, I don't know, just didn't know how to stop a submission, a rear naked choke, which is weird. But you know, I think 35. I just need to see him one more time and see exactly where. Because for me, you gotta look ass. You look terrible for me to write you off. And he actually look sharp. So, I don't want to shit on too much, man. He's a good guy.
And I think you've pointed out that he's not necessarily either in the good boys club, obviously, right? But Dana actually came out and had really good things to say about the fight and said that he thought Adesanya won the first round and was in control until he got caught. So he thinks that he still has something left in the tank.
Yeah, and usually Dana will say we need to have that talk. We need to have that talk when it's that time for the fighters. Like I always bring up Chuck Liddell, but Rich Franklin knocked Chuck Liddell out with his forearm, not even a punch. So it's just like okay, Sometimes when that chin goes, it goes. It's.
Ask your mother, because her chin done been gone many a times when Clever D get in the action.
Jesus Christ, what is going on?
Wow! Subscribe to Ball and Buds for more of that. If you want if you want Clever D's inside videos, his only club.
Only club? Was it not only fans?
Only clubs? Yes, only clubs. It's tremendous. And you're just like showing off like your biceps, and all the women just like tune in. That's great. You should do that for real. All right, let's move it on to UFC 312. Y'all out there, hit that like button for us. Come on, spruce us up in the algorithm. I see a bunch of y'all in here, but we need y'all to hit that like for us. Thank you. All right, moving on to UFC 3.
Two more.
Right? Two more. UFC 312, my friend. We have two that we want to talk about here, the co-main event and the main event of the evening. First of all, the co-main event for the women's strawweight championship. One of our favorites here, especially because we are big in China. She's always been one of our favorite fighters here. 25-3 record, Weili Zhang, as we say it here in America, not the other way, as they correctly say it in their country, versus the undefeated 11-0 Tatiana Suarez. Wow, this is going to be a good fight. What are you thinking about this?
I've been waiting for this fight to happen so long. Tatiana Suarez, she's an enigma. She's like the Hamzat of women's fighting. Okay, she's been fighting for like 10 years, and I think she's 10-0. I don't know if she's 11. I think this is her 11th fighting.
Oh, okay, they may have it wrong on Google, but it says 11-0. So.
But this is only 10th or 11th fight in 10 years. She barely fights. I mean, she fought twice in 2023. The last fight before that was 2019. So it's like she takes these long breaks in between her fights. They have two common opponents with Carla Esparza, ex-champion, and Jessica Andrade. But Tatiana Suarez, I've been waiting for her to finally get a title shot. And Weili, or should I say, dang, I forgot her name from Rush Hour. But anyways, I was gonna say the younger from Rush Hour. But
why am I blanking on Lucy Liu? Was it Lucy Liu?
Lucy Liu was not in Rush Hour. Christ, little girl.
Who was in Rush Hour? I don't remember.
Forget it. It went over your head. Forget Lucy Liu.
It really did. It really did. My bad. I apologize.
The little girl from Part 1 Rush Hour, Sue Young.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Josh. Josh.
86 got you. 86 got you.
but yeah. So she's had some wars too. So I mean, this is gonna be a good fight. I really, Weili's on her second title reign. This will be her third defense. Man, for me to pick this fight, you got a wrestler against a person who's all around good, a great stand-up fighter. Okay, but she's only 1 year younger. That is I think it's Esparza, not Esparza. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, Tatiana Suarez. I think she's a year younger. They're around the same age.
Yeah. Let me see. I had it right here. She is, by the way, she is 11-0. And actually, they don't have their ages here on the UFC website for some reason. So scratch that. We don't know.
Yeah, I know Tatiana's 34. But regardless, I mean, Weili's fought a who's who. She just haven't fought somebody like keep on saying Esparza, but Suarez.
Suarez.
I'm gonna go with
Clubs bangers.
I'm going Tatiana Suarez 5 rounds, all the way, unanimous decision. She's getting a belt.
What? Okay? What?
Taking the belt. Hot take, Jake. That's for you. She's taking the belt. I know you're a fan of hers.
Oh, wow.
Nobody's gonna see it coming. Nobody's gonna see it coming but me.
That is a huge upset. The champ that has been the champ and has been dominant, even when not the champ in that division for a long, long time. And Suarez, she is a great fighter. Wow. You're going with the upset, the undefeated. Oh, man. Going to 12.
Undefeated.
Wow.
Swag my man Buzz.
No, it's because Clubber D said so. What do you have on that? Do you have a knockout or a decision, sir?
Oh, I got decision. It's going to be because Suarez is a wrestler. It's going to be a boring fight. Okay, I do not see it staying on the ground that much. It's going to be a lot of. Suarez only has like 2 knockouts. Okay, she has 5 submissions. This is going to be literally, I'm taking you down. I'm gonna pound you out. You know, no pause because 2 women. So I got nothing.
I was about to say that. That's hilarious.
2 women, no pause.
Yeah. I was about to say no pause.
I got a ground and pound / lay and pray fight for Tatiana Suarez. Casual fans, you're not gonna like this fight. Everyone else, it's gonna be the wrestling. The wrestling is gonna be the what's the word I'm looking for? The wrestling is gonna be the main factor in this fight. Now, I could do a caveat and say if it goes less than 5 rounds, Weili will win by knockout. That can happen. If Suarez tries to stand up with her, she can get knocked out. I'm telling you that right now. But I think Suarez is going to take her down. It's going to be a boring fight. It's going to be kind of like Pennington versus Pena. A lot of just taking you down. I'm fighting for a takedown. Finally take you down the last 1-2 minutes of the round and do a little bit to win the round. That's how I see this fight happen. Only caveat for all you bettors out there: if it goes less than 5 rounds, if it goes less than decision, it's going to be Weili. She's going to knock her out. I got that either knockout or ref stoppage. That's the only way I can see this fight going. See, if it goes the full distance, Suarez. If it goes less than that, Weili will knock her out.
Knockout in what round? Just so I have purposes here.
I mean, we'll say third. Be fun.
Okay.
We'll say third.
And then would it be a majority or split decision or unanimous?
Unanimous. It'll be unanimous. It'll be, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Shout out to Skywalker. We were just mentioning you earlier, brother. Shout out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you for partnering with me there at Country Box. Everybody go check out the short. I did a post-fight exclusive interview with former world heavyweight WBC champion of the world, Oliver McCall. I had the post-fight exclusive with them, partnered with 86 Boxing. Get that out there. So salute my brother. And yes, salute again to Josh. Hey, I was about to say, I'm glad you reminded me because I was like, not only is it a no pause, but that's a play, rewind, and play again.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, I'm telling you right now, Omar has an interview where what's the owner of Country Boxing, and Don King picked it up, right?
Jimmy Adams. Yeah, he promoted
Jimmy Adams. Don King picked it up. Hey, check out the one with Oliver McCall. Yes, the Oliver McCall. Your boy Omar has an interview with his after his recent fight. Yes, he's still fighting. So check that out. Oh, he's about to fight again in a couple months to break the record at 60 years old. So last night was not his fault. The other guy quit. So we'll see what happens on the next one. Nobody beer and butters at him.
Hey, beer and butter is right. Toughness via skill. It will be a fun match to watch for the women.
Yeah, we'll check it out, cuz. We'll see.
All right. Moving on to the main event. A middleweight champion. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's back. It's making the comeback. The middleweight championship of the world. This is a rematch. Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland was the original title holder, DDP as he's called, came in and beat him for the title. Now he is giving a rematch to Strickland, 22-2 DDP. Sean Strickland is 29-6. My friend, what are your thoughts on this fight?
So the first fight was a split decision. I actually thought Strickland won that fight. I'm not even gonna front. I thought he won that fight. They gave to DDP, and then DDP went on to beat Izzy, and now they're back here. And Strickland went to go beat Paulo Costa, and a split decision when that should have been unanimous. And somebody just doesn't like Sean Strickland because that Paulo Costa fight, they had that as a split decision. Even Costa was like, "What split? I got my ass with this whole fight. What's going on here?" So They must not like him because he says whatever he wants to say, and he's very brash. You know, he'll say things that
he be saying some. I somehow I followed him on your X account somehow. I have no clue how, but or maybe they just send me his posts because we do MMA and stuff a lot. But he was saying some wild stuff the past couple weeks about different races. And one of his friends who's Middle East, I was like, oh wow, it's getting crazy up in here.
Oh yeah, he's very he just doesn't care. And Sean Strickland, I will say this about him: his fighting style, a lot of people think is boring. He is like the only MMA fighter that does the Philly shell. Like he really Izzy couldn't do nothing with the Philly shell. That's why he got knocked down a couple times. Flash knockdown. I never thought I would see the Philly shell. I mean, James Toney tried it when he fought Randy Couture and got taken down in 2 seconds, but he actually does the Philly shell, and it's effective. And fighters don't know what to do with it. So I think with this fight, with them fighting in Australia, I was gonna go down for the fight, but some of those Joeys down there, they'd be hating because I'd be going to their mom's house. But what's another story?
Joeys. The Joeys, not the damn Joeys.
I'm trying to get in that pouch.
Woo!
Baby, what's in my mom's pouch? Like, you don't want to know. But anyways, so I think this fight's gonna be similar to the last fight, but I think they'll get it right this time. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? Who I'm going with? I'm going with Sean Strickland. I'm going with Strickland. He's gonna get the belt back.
I did it anyways. It's all good.
It's all good. He's gonna get the belt back. He's gonna right his wrong and beating Duplessis.
All right.
I feel that he should have won the first fight. He will correct it and win this fight. And the crummy part of this whole situation, that division is so trash. They could just do a rematch and nobody will care.
Right. Because
nobody will care.
Nobody else.
There's nobody really right there to say, hey, I want to fight. It's a trash division. So I honestly think that Dana White wants a rematch and do it in American soil, because the first fight I believe was in Canada. This fight's gonna be in Australia. So get Sean Strickland back on American soil. But Duplessis, he's a South African. I don't know if his fan base travels like that. Who knows? But I honestly think that Sean Strickland will win this fight, and this will be another unanimous decision. They're gonna right their wrong this time.
All right.
I don't think so. DDP ain't no diamond cutters coming this time. I'm sorry.
What is that? Shout out to your cousin who agrees with you.
No, he doesn't. He agrees with DDP winning. I went with Sean Strickland. Omar frozen. The freezing has cometh on him. Don't worry, guys. We'll get this thing rocking and rolling. Where we at with the comments? Now you're back. Yeah, you froze for a while.
Okay. For a while, for 3 seconds. Anyways, so Strickland won. What do you got on the Strickland win?
Oh, it's gonna be unanimous. It's gonna be unanimous.
Okay. And is there any clever caveat?
I mean, the way they fought last time, I can see it. No, I'm not gonna say a caveat. I'm not gonna do a caveat. No, we're good. We're good. Ooh, zoom in. We're good. We're good. I don't want to do a caveat on this one because last time it was a split decision. I honestly feel that Strickland won. Even Dana White thought that Strickland won. I don't see no difference coming this fight after Sean's last performance. Duplessis is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I just think styles make fights, and his style for Strickland is just Strickland's gonna be able to get off on him. Pause. He's gonna be able I caught it. He's gonna be able to get off on him. So I think Strickland is gonna keep it standing up. It's not gonna be too much of a grappling or wrestling fight. It's gonna be kind of like the Izzy fight, where I think Strickland's gonna keep him at bay with that Philly shell and catch him, do a lot of counter shots, to his face. Who the hell is that? It's Patty the Batty?
No, that was Scissor Me Daddy. Scissor Me Daddy, yes. No pause. Thank you. I appreciate that. I put in a lot of time. Hey, yo. But, look who it is. Our brother.
Man, John. What up, John? That's the homie. That's a brother from another.
Hey, yes, sir. You already know. Salute, brother. Thank you for tuning in as always. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to go into boxing. Make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds.
These numbers are growing.
You see it up at the top. There's a QR code.
Now the numbers are going.
I did like when I did the close up. No, you're good. No worries, bro. We talk. We are together on this. We talk over each other. It's fine. I did like when I did the zoom in though. The Crawford is so close now. Look at his face. He's like But anyways, that's actually not too bad. I'm having a look at that. What do you think? You like this better or the other one?
I don't want no man behind me like that. It's just too close.
Okay. It looks a little suspect. It looks a little suspect.
You did it. Back that shit up. Get out of here, Terrence.
It looked like he's creeping. He leaves creeping so hard on you over the shoulder. Yes. Hey, shout out to Terps. We love the Terps. That's right. Shout out. Your University of Maryland alum, of course. Your cousin says I could see that, but DDP keeps surprising me with Whitaker and Izzy. What do you say to that?
Yeah, no, he does, but I think Sean Styles a little, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be like the first fight, you know what I'm saying? It was a good fight. I like DDP, but I think Sean Shorty's gonna take this one.
All right. Well, now that we've gone through MMA and UFC, make sure you get those bets in. I promise you one of these days we will be sponsored by either FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, Caesars, whoever, it doesn't matter. We will take any and all sponsors. And one day it will happen, but make sure you put your bets in. Club Bangers from Clubber D will make you money. Oh, that rhymed. That was dope. Yeah, Club Bangers from Clubber D will make you money. That was a bar. So make sure you put in a UD, unanimous decision for Strickland over DDP to get the belt back, and also a unanimous decision for Suarez, Tatiana, to become the new.
You can hedge your bets with Weili winning by knockout. I don't know what, just say third round. You can hedge it if you want to. Just saying.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You can always use Clubber's caveat.
One more. We are sponsored. It's just, it's not official sponsor. Just some of y'all's moms be buying us lunch money each day. So, just saying. Don't be mad. Don't get mad. Just accept.
I love.
Where I'm from. I've been up in there.
Oh, bars. Who was that? That was self-titled, wasn't it?
Yeah, self-titled, of course.
Bars. Love self-titled. Shout out self-titled. Shout out all the demigods. What a great group of hip hop.
Speaking of Rubik's Cuban, shout out to my man Ruben and my man Jerson. Birthday today.
Woo, yeah. Happy birthday to you, suckers. No, neither one of you are probably watching right now, but we love you anyways. Nope. That's cool. They're not.
Nope.
All right. Well, they both like combat sports, so you think they'd at least tune in a little bit, but we'll keep it moving.
Ruben tomorrow. So
you
see tomorrow.
You said what now?
I'll see Ruben tomorrow. We're doing a bourbon testing at his crib, so.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah. That's super dope. All right, cool. Well, moving it into boxing, let's catch up on these comments here. Playing Ohio State. Yeah, well, I mean, Maryland don't want none of that. That's for damn sure. Don't nobody want none of that because the Ohio State is your college football national champions. You know what's hilarious is whenever I'm watching a sporting event and I see the crowd, the inevitable sign in the crowd that says it's been 140 days, and Ohio State may be the champion, but still hasn't beat Michigan. It makes me pop every time I think about Brandon. It makes me pop. Shout out to everybody again. Make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, as we are about to get into boxing. Thank you. Hit that like button so it helps us out in the algorithm in basketball. Yeah, I mean, well, that's a little bit closer of a matchup. You're right about that.
No, they're playing right now in basketball, as we saying.
Oh, what's the score? Give me a score update. Give me a score update. All right, cool. Now we move into boxing. Hey, I heard that one of the greatest of all time was fighting just recently. Can you tell me more about who graced us with their blessed presence?
Grace of all time? Grace of all time? You mean greatest woman of all time?
Woo! Correct me.
Let's
hit
correct
that bell.
The,
hit that bell. Where's the bell?
Yeah,
at?
let's hold on, people. Let me get it ready for y'all, okay? Some of y'all be seeing this in the club, be trying to buy it. Don't buy it. It's not worth all that. It's a bunch of additives. It's not all that great, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, we're gonna smack it.
And y'all don't got the money anyways.
let me smack. No, I know that's your mom. The mom's got the money. That's how I can buy this. I'm gonna smack it one more time. Okay. If you hear one of y'all's wives go, ooh, hey, sorry. Well, anyway,
I did it.
Flashback.
I did it.
They go, ooh. They go, ooh. What was that? Was that? Anyways.
Oh shit.
The GWOAT, Claressa Shields, became undisputed at heavyweight this past weekend. And let me tell you something. The reason why she's the GWOAT, the greatest woman of all time, at 29, mind you, she's 29 years old, two-time gold medalist, undisputed champion in 3 weight classes in boxing. 3, okay? And also the youngest to have titles in 3 divisions, male or female. That's the reason why she is the GWOAT. And if the woman she fought, I think her last name was Perkins, I think so. She actually played basketball at George Mason back in like 01. Should ask Dale to Snell if he knows.
Really? That's crazy. Okay.
Right. They say pillow hands, but she clocked her in the last round. And if she would have had more weight on her, if that girl wasn't probably 20, 30 pounds over the weight, if you saw the size difference, it's ridiculous. But if she was lighter in weight, she'd probably still sleeping right now. They have to wake her up. Hey, you all right? Wow. And the fight before that, which is hilarious, that fight card was on the Zone on Sunday night. The fight before that, they had 2 heavyweights fighting, and the dude basically took the other guy out the ring like a DDT and laid on him, and the ref counted like it was like the old school wrestling match. He got to 14, and another guy pushed him off.
No! No!
Sloppy fight all their.
Wait, what? No, I gotta watch this. Wait, what's it called? I gotta watch.
Skywalker posted it on his Instagram and Facebook, but the dude's literally like got DDT'd out the ring. Hilarious. Dude pushed him off, ran in the ring at the last second at the nick of time, and made the bell. Hilarious, because in boxing.
Wait, no, but I love how you said. Did you say the referee? Did you say the referee counted?
He was. I'm telling you, it was. You thought Earl Hebner was counting out Booker T or somebody like that.
I've got to see that. That sounds hilarious.
Check out the man Skywalker. Check out Skywalker Boxing Media. Check out his page. Add him on Instagram. Add him on Facebook. Add him on YouTube. Check him out. Great. You'll see that video. It's hilarious. It was so funny.
So let me ask you about Claressa Shields then now, because she is 16-0, and it's not like she KOs everybody. She only has 3 KOs in boxing, but she's a dominant fighter, even though she did not knock her out here till 20 seconds left. It was on her way to a very dominant victory on all of the scorecards. She has also now become the first boxer to win women's boxer to win undisputed titles at 3 different weight classes.
Woman, phenomenal.
So yeah, tell me more about that and how impressive that is, and especially for and I don't know. Actually, I want to ask you this too. How much of a difference does that make moving up in weight classes for a woman versus a man?
It's the same. I think it's the same. It's just how you retain the weight and how that power translates. Because boxing, a lot of people want to see knockouts, okay, but some people want to see skill. Want to see how you break someone down. And Shields can do that. She's a phenom. I don't think we'll see another female like her. Of course, you got your Katie Taylors, your Amanda Serranos, your Alicia Baumgartners, your Michaela Mayer. You got fighters like that. They're very good, but they're at the lighter weight. So I think Claressa Shields gets looked at like those fighters because she's not in the same weight class as them. She's in a more heavier weight class, but she's moved up in these heavier weight classes and looked good. I feel like for her, it's kind of like when Layla Ali and Christy Martin were fighting. You can't get mad at their era if there's no one else for them to fight.
Right.
What Claressa Shields doing, she's cleaning those divisions out, saying, okay, if there's nobody for me to fight, put them in front of me, and I want to get all the belts. Okay, if it's that easy, somebody should have done it already, and no one has. So that's always my counter argument when people say, well, she ain't fighting nobody. Well, if it's that easy, then someone should have already done it, So I don't want to hear that. Just like Inoue, Inoue, it's not his fault. He weighs 122, 23, whatever pounds, and he's dominating that division or those divisions. It is what it is. If it was so easy, somebody else would have already done it. That's how I look at it.
Josh from 86 Boxing says certainly the most accomplished. Greatest is subjective, though, he says. So
yeah, true.
Do you think that there is you don't think that there's anybody greater though in your eyes?
See, where he says subjective, I get where I 100% get where he says subjective, because it's all about the competition as well. That's why I don't put the monster over Terence Crawford, and it's not his fault. You can say Katie Taylor's the greatest, and the competition she's faced, you go, oh, you know what? Undisputed, fought Serrano twice, basically beat everybody she's fought, and those fighters, been through some stuff. Shields, competition is not the same level, but she still accomplished a lot. So it's kind of, it is subjective, but I kind of go towards Shields because she could have just stayed at one division, just stayed there and just, I'm okay right here and just fight whoever. But she decided to keep moving up, collecting belts, because she wants to make her mark in the boxing industry as a whole and be in the record books, so people see her, years and years, decades from now, and be like, oh man, she was a beast back then. And then it could be, oh, who did she fight? It doesn't matter. She's still in the record books for getting all these belts. So yeah, it's subjective. It's always subjective, because it's hard to say who's the greatest. You say Layla Ali is, but she never fought Lucille Riker. Was it Lucille Riker? I think it's her name. She never fought her, or she never fought first name blanking me, but Wolf, who was Kirtland's trainer. So Christy Martin, that's another Hall of Famer right there. She fought Layla Ali. We saw what happened. So it is what it is, and you can say, oh well, Christy Martin fought, the girls couldn't fight. So it's it's very subjective.
Yeah, definitely is. I mean, obviously, as the saying goes, the old adage, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, especially when it comes to fighting. Who you like and who you think is the greatest is really going to come down to your preferences for fighters, as well as what you think makes someone the greatest versus.
Speaking of the greatest, look at the shirt.
Else.
Look at the shirt.
Ooh.
I mean, people, this one's better than the other one, and then you put LeBron. It's I like better I like better when basketball had like nicknames, like I wanted Earl Action Kneecap Johnson to play. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Finger Roll Monroe to play.
Action Kneecap? His nickname was Action Kneecap? Was that what you get? That's tremendous.
Hank Shoelace McCormick,
So
shit like that.
Hold on. I need you to describe to the audience how he would have come up. I need an origin story. How would his nickname have been Action Kneecap? What would have happened to bring him to this point?
Well, because he had those small shorts, and back then the cocoa butter industry wasn't dominated by Palmer's, so he came out with them small shorts and didn't warm up. He was dry. Pause. So when he was in the game, he wasn't warmed up. It wasn't properly lubricated. Oh no, that's terrible. Yeah,
Pause again. Action Kneecap is one of the greatest nicknames I've ever heard in my life. All right. Woo. He says, agree. Shields is all about that action. If she were in the 140s, there would be some amazing matches. Man.
Well, she called out her and Alicia Bumgarner. He was like, hey, can you meet 147? I got you. So when she does MMA, I think she does MMA at 147 or 154, 1 to 2, but she can get down to there. She's called out Layla Ali, Chris Cyborg. I wish we see the Cyborg fight. I would love to see that fight just for S and giggles. I think Savannah Marshall, who's a great test. That was like fight of the year or nominee fight of the year when they fought. She bringing her to America because she sells out in Detroit. That little Caesar Center where the Pistons play, she sold that out multiple times. So she has the fan base in her city. So I would love to see her getting those big fights. And also she mentioned if Crawford and Canelo fight, she wants to be on the undercard or co-main event when I think she deserves to be on that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna put like Jay Paul's done with Amanda Serrano, giving her that exposure, I think Shields deserves the same thing too. So I would love to see that happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, that would be awesome. Obviously, going between different weights can be hard, as we know, for fighters. But if you're usually able to find sort of cat weight where you can actually make fights happen, that's what we see. But at the time, I mean, it's in my opinion, what I and what you would probably agree to. And actually, right now, in my eyes, in the last years or so, boxing, especially men,
you're getting
the women
screwed
are
over
the
there.
ones that. Can you hear me?
There you go. Now you're back. It was going in and out for a second.
Okay.
You're good
okay,
now.
cool.
You're good now.
I was just saying that. Okay, cool. Thank you. I was just saying that that for women in specific versus the men over, especially like the last 10, 15 years, in my eyes at least, and you tell me if I'm incorrect about this, it seems to me that the women are the only ones going out and making the good fights, not worried about records. And I know they don't make as much money and stuff like that, but it seems to me that the women are more likely to go out and do the great fights and take the chances that the men don't take. What do you say to that?
Yeah, because the women's market is more it's not they don't. I'm trying to say this, not be rude. Them right now, the women currently in boxing don't have the leverage to say, I don't want to fight this person, because their exposure to the casual fans isn't like the exposure that men's boxing has. They don't have the same sponsors. They don't have the same backing or promoters as the men. So the women are hungry. They want to fight. They want to put on these performances and get more and more fans. Where the men, some of them have a better advantage with that already. And once they get to a certain level, they can choose to fight somebody they shouldn't fight when they should be fighting the number one contender, or they can not dare to be great like the women, because the women, they have to put themselves out there. They have to fight these fights. And that's why I got more respect for the women fighters than the male fighters. Only a few male fighters I want to actually fight, but the women fighters, they're the ones that really want to get in the ring and prove who's the best and get that notoriety and get that money, the same pay or close to what the men are getting. Right. That's a different story when it comes to pay, but it's just they don't have the leverage to say, no, I don't want to fight this person right now.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. Well, awesome. Thank you for that, informing our fans here. So let's move it on. In the boxing world, there was a specific fight you wanted to talk about this past weekend. I'll go ahead and introduce it, and you can give us why you thought this fight was so important and crazy for people to know about. Former unified champion Stephen Fulton Jr. captured the WBC featherweight world champion with an impressive unanimous decision across the cards over former two-division world champion Brandon the Heartbreaker Figueroa in their championship rematch. Why did you think this should be a fight that everyone should put their eye on?
Well, for all those who listen to that YouTube short I put out there, I put out on multiple streams, put it on my TikTok, I put it on YouTube, the Ball and Buzz page. I put it on my page on Instagram, put it on Facebook to let you guys know ahead of time who I was picking for both fights and who was going to win. If you listen, you made money. If you didn't listen, you got dirty fingernails right now. Go ahead and look down. I know you just looked down. Lick your lips too. They're ashy. So, Stephen Cool Boy Fulton, came out looking like an extra from Def Jam Vendetta on PlayStation. This man straight out of Philly. Okay, this man had the jorts on with the makeshift Timbs and boxing knees, and then he had like the striped socks back in the day, like the high socks with the green joints. You know what I'm saying? Green stripes in the socks. He had I don't even know if they were Timbs. I don't even know I don't know if they were Jims, Timbs, Polo Assassins. I'm not sure what he had on. But he had on boots and jean shorts in a boxing match and put on a clinic. And he's not from New York. He's straight out of Philly. So it's not. Don't blame it on the New York cat. He's a Philly cat. I'm big fan of Cool Boy, because he's one of the few boxers that dared to be great and fought the monster over in Japan. For what I'm saying, is what it is. But regained his title. I thought it was gonna be a split decision. I'm not gonna lie. I did say split decision because the first fight was close. It was hella close. But this fight, he put on a clinic. You know what I'm saying? And to do that, rocking Brooklyn Brawler gear is diabolical. Diabolical. Like if you look at what he was wearing, you thought he just got off work working on the pavement. You know what I'm saying? I swear, when you guys have a chance, Google Steve Fulton, look at his outfit, and you're like, damn, he boxed. And in 2025, you would think he's fighting in the Negro Leagues or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Josh would probably done a special on him boxing in the 1930s in his attire. You know, shoot. Jack Johnson was like, hey, man, look at those shorts.
You know, I always get you on point. Here we go. Boom. Look at this.
There you go.
How about that?
Look at that. Tell me he didn't just get off work doing pavement. Okay? Tell me he did not.
Now, I need to say, as a ranking member for as long as I can remember that I bought shoes, I have always been a person that wore Timberlands. You know that. I have multiple pairs. Yeah. I was just wearing some last night to Country Box. I got a funny story about that. I met one of Jimmy Adams, the owner of Country Box, the promoter. I met one of his right hands. I'm not gonna put their government out there, but mad cool dude. And we were chopping it up, talking about Tims. And we got into a little conversation. And I was like, "Yo, Tims are East Coast." And he was like, "Nah, Tims are NY." And I was like, "Yeah, but they're not NY only. I'm from DC, and we rock Tims all the time too." So, sir, what do you think about that? Do you think Tims are an NY only thing, or should be an NY only thing? What do you think about that?
Tims are a staple of the NY. You gotta look at it like this. DC area, we're big on Flight Posits, we're big on Nike boots, New Balances, trying to think what else is big in DC area. I represent Woodbridge, Virginia, just saying. But Tims, to say New York got it on a chokehold, it's a yes and no. I would say it's an East Coast thing. I would say it probably stops right here in Virginia. I don't think they're rocking Tims in Atlanta. They're not rocking Tims in Florida. They're not rocking Tims in the Carolinas. They probably stop in like the DC threshold, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? It's it is a New York thing, but it's become commercialized. You got Louis Vuitton Tims. You know what I mean? You got different collabs with Tims now, so it's not. You can't get mad at them saying it's not only a New York thing, but I would say New York adjacent. Okay, it stops at DC and up. How about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's what I told him. He's from Charlotte, so I was like, "Oh, so you're not East Coast enough that you would know much about the Tims." I know, right? Candace says he put down the jackhammer and picked up the gloves. Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, look at him. He said, "Oh, screw this," and won a world title.
And that's crazy that he won. And I really do think those are gyms, though. I think you're right. They are gyms or Fims.
Yeah.
They've got to be tennis shoes that look like Timberland.
I don't know if that's a Timberland tree. It might be an Okinawa tree from a Karate Kid, because he might just cut it a little, trimmed it, and put it on that boot. I don't know if that's a Timberland tree. Could be the Karate Kid. One of those things. And then he,
I wish we could zoom in. I wish we could zoom in further, but we're not going to be able to see the Timberland sign.
If you came with one of those, we light you up. We would. Those aren't butter. Those are cultured butter. Was it cultured butter? Clarified butter chips. Those ain't
cultured butter. Well, Lords of the Underground. Didn't you say Def Jam Vendetta? That's tremendous.
Like an extra from Def Jam Vendetta.
That's great. Oh man! All right, let's keep it moving. Oh man! If you want more of these laughs, make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds and hit that like button for us. The bonsai tree, tremendous, fantastic.
Yeah, it was a bonsai tree.
Not the bonsai. You remember who used to have a bonsai tree, right? The bonsai master.
Oh, I know. Papa used to have, yeah.
Shout out, Papa. I know you're not watching, but we love you.
One of y'all's mamas be catching flies with chopsticks in the backyard. Some of your moms be doing that. Look at that.
Oh, 86 boxing. Josh says, I must admit, I thought Figueroa would beat him at this weight. He was thoroughly defeated. What say you?
Well, I'm sorry, I was zoning out. I was saying, Figueroa would have beat him. Then he was done. I thought he landed. I thought Figueroa kind of was just grabbing a lot, he was more active, but he wasn't landing the better shots to me. He wasn't landing the better shots.
Okay. All right. Cool. Tim's made it all the way to ATL in the prime Jay-Z era. Really?
Oh,
they made it all the way down south? I don't know about that.
Y'all was wearing FUBU boots.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Boots and knock off, nah. Maybe a few wore 10s down in Atlanta, but y'all Feli and whoever else said,
Oh, not Feli. And that's probably why, because we always thought everything that they wore down south was like Bama-ish. So we were like Feli was out of style, FUBU was out of style. But I remember one pair of FUBU that they released that were boots that I was just hyped about. They were all white, like Snow White, and had like black trim. I was like, yo, those are beautiful. And I wanted to buy them, but I never did because they were FUBU.
Last pair of Timbs I bought was probably I was like 21. They were all black joints, the suede joints. Yeah, it's the last Timbs I bought. I'm good. The boots I got now are like Cole Haan and shit like that. I can't do the Timbs no more.
Hey, I'm still with you, Timbs. Don't worry. I am a lifelong customer. You got me for life at least. Josh agrees. He said, yeah, he didn't look too good. So, all right, cool. Well, let's keep it moving then. We're done with that one, and now we are going to go ahead and get into the David Benavidez versus David Morrell. This is going to be a huge fight. What are your thoughts, my friend?
Well, I think it lived up to it. Everybody that I was with my homeboy Lewis, I was with my man Ruben. We were at the bar watching it. We were, we were super psyched for this fight. We've been waiting for this fight. Everybody I know that's a boxing fan has been waiting for this fight. And this is the fight that it's a non-title fight, but has a lot of title implications, even though I didn't like what David Benavidez said after the fight. This is a boxing purist. This is what we wanted to see, okay? Two young bulls going at it, okay? We had the pride of the Mexican monster going against the pride of Cuba. I was watching with a Cuban fella, and he was a little hyped up. Early rounds, I tell you what, what you have to do with David Benavidez, the reason why Canelo doesn't want to fight him, he's 6'2". He's a tall dude. He's my height. And he likes to come forward. How are you going to stop him from coming forward? Morrell had a good plan. You know what I'm saying? He was cracking him a couple times, especially in the third round. But if you do not stop that man from coming forward, what are you going to do? Okay, you just try to survive. And that's what Morrell did towards, I want to say, man, probably around 7th round on up. He was just trying to survive in there, and not kind of like how Caleb Plant, not as bad as Caleb Plant, but he just wanted to survive, and David Benavidez proved that even at light heavyweight, power's still there. He knocked Morrell down. He proved that he's a top dog, and I would love to see him fight the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev, but he said he wants to take a break, which fucking sucks. But we'll see. I know a lot of people are arguing about, did Morrell knock him down? Yes and no. He hit him on the arm. He lost his balance. Gloves touched the mat. That's a knockdown. I know they didn't call it for when Mayweather fought Zab Judah. They didn't call that. I know. But technically, it is a knockdown. And then also people got mad at how he rocked him right after the bell rung. I think it was in the 9th or 10th round. Morrell rocked him right after the bell rung, but Benavidez hit him after the bell. So, Benavidez was on I would say the word. I might be able to say it now since we got a new president. But I'm not gonna say the word. He was on street, and Benavidez was woozing. He was doing a little stanky leg, but he was like, "Hey, I got hit after." And then that was the same round that Morrell knocked him down. They took a point away, and I thought that was a little too much right there. I don't think they should have take a point away. But this was a hell of a fight. This was a great fight. If you guys can catch it on YouTube or on Amazon, I know how Amazon replay stuff. Watch this fight. It's actually really good. And before I go ahead, if you're just tuned in, hit the like button
right now.
Right now. We'll wait.
We're gonna wait on you, and we're gonna
wait. Yeah. 2 likes.
We ain't even going on to the main news of the day because we got the biggest news of the night for you coming up. We're going to talk the biggest story in the boxing world coming up in just a couple minutes, but we won't move on until, hey, 1 like. There we go.
One like. Let me get one more. Hey. Somebody.
So what do you say about heart? What do you say to 86 boxing here? Now, I was sure Benavidez would win. I gave Morrell about 3 rounds.
That's about where I was.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I would say 1, 2, 3. I gave him 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
I have to rewatch it, but I was Team Morrell for a while in that fight.
Hey,
it was
okay.
The first few rounds, it was definitely Morrell was getting with the Benavidez just took over. And like I said, I tell everybody this: if you fight Benavidez, if you cannot get that man up off you, pause, you're gonna lose. Point blank and money. Point blank. Period. I need to see another like. One more, guys. We need one more.
Yeah.
One more like.
And by the way, look at 30. Hey.
That's what I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see you. I don't know if you're coming tomorrow, but I'll see you this weekend. The safe travel's going down, brother.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. He says UFC was shocker this past week. Shout out T.
Yeah,
Roy.
I sent him. He hit me up, and I sent him my who I thought was gonna win. I said this is my unedited whatever, and I was like, shit, hope we didn't bet. So I was completely wrong. I 0-3.
And you know what? I was wrong earlier because I said FUBU boots. They weren't. They were lugs. Those white ones with the black trim, they were lugs. That's what they were.
That's what Eric Sherman bought them out. Oh,
hey, EPMD, let's go. You try to say we are saying you had Birdman lugs only. That's exactly what we're trying to say.
Let's later in the day. Yeah.
All right, we're still one more like. We already got one. Who can hit us off with one more before we give you the big
to get like one more. Somebody out there, one more like. We got a lot of people. Our numbers are pretty high right now. Somebody listening. Are you in the Czech Republic? Where are you at? Somebody hit a like.
Belgium.
Belgium. My bad, Czech Republic. We're big in Belgium. And China.
Republic. Anybody? Come on now. We got over 25 we got about 25 on the live stream right now. Can somebody hit the like button for us, please, real quick, before we move on to the big news of the night?
If y'all don't, I'm about to get in on your mamas. I know names too. All right, well, fuck it. Let's go. Welcome. Uh-oh. You back?
All right. Cool.
It looks like you're praying right there, Omar. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There you go. Now you're moving. There you go. You're stuck in time. That light kind of got you stuck in time.
No, it's the freaking storm outside. That must be what it is, because it's the third time, and it was just fine earlier. So, yeah, anyways, my bad, y'all. A little bit of rain outside, probably messing up the internet. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Thank you for that. We appreciate the one person that gave us a like, and the rest of y'all, screw y'all. We're going to keep it moving.
Eat a Nathan hot dog.
You don't get to know the big news. I'm just kidding. Let's go on the big news of the night. We first had a few months ago a signing by Turki Al-Sheikh. Some people will call him the savior of boxing. He signed what was looking to be a dream fight, and we need to know from the boxing insider and expert himself, Clubber D, the Combat G, is this fight still going to happen, and what fight am I talking about?
You know, we all know LSU, you know what, from Nebraska going against Canelo Alvarez, and
Bud Crawford, Terrence.
This is what I'm hearing now. The Ring magazine, who Turki Al-Sheikh bought, they're saying that the fights there's being reports that the fight was on in September and the fight's off now.
Wow!
So now they're saying they're not going to fight, which is just
what? Damn it!
It's just because reports are, you know. Do you want me to get in what Benavidez said? What he said to Andre? He had an interview with Andre Ward, and what he kind of mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned that Canelo Alvarez turned down $75 million to fight him, so he could have fought David Benavidez for $75 million, turned that down. In this fight with Terence Crawford, he was going to make probably around the same $75 million, and then money on the pay-per-view buys, turning that down.
Wow!
Now the rumors are saying they're just about whatever that Canelo will fight Jake Paul in May. He's going to move up to fight Jake Paul. And they're worried about him gaining weight, fighting Jake Paul, and then moving down to fight Terence Crawford in September. That's the built-in excuse that they're kind of going with, which is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. And my thing with Canelo if he fights Jake Paul, I have no problem with him fighting Jake Paul. Do what you want to do. But if you're going to fight Jake Paul, let the belts go. Let the belts go.
86
do not hold the division up much longer. Let the 3 belts that you have, let them go, and then do what you want to do. That's my issue with Canelo. It's always been my issue with Canelo. Stop cherry picking who you want to fight and defend the belts against, and you're holding up the division. There's number one. Morrell had to wait 4 years. Benavidez was the interim champion for like 3 or 4 years. They were number one contenders for these belts, but no one put you to the fire to fight them. So stop holding the division up, let the belts go, and then do what you want to do with these prize fights. That's my opinion on Canelo.
I completely agree with you. We both feel the same way about this, and we're going to talk more about this in the fan mailbag because you got some responses for some people in the YouTube comments. But he does cherry pick, as you mentioned. He is on the path of the late career Floyd Mayweather. The late stage career of Floyd Mayweather was pulling, but at least I have nothing for this. I think that Canelo could have been one of the biggest legends ever in boxing, and it's just sad that, and we talked about this earlier. It's just sad that these boxers cannot dare to be great as much as possible, because not only would it make them look better, but they're also going to make more money out of it. So, I don't understand why we're getting to this point where, Canelo's not even undefeated at this point. You're just keeping the belts, and that's really all you're doing. But everybody knows you don't deserve those belts if you're not fighting people like Benavidez.
Ducking.
So shout out to 86 Boxing. He agrees with you. He said ESPN just had breaking news update stating the negotiations for Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul are on. So,
that's a sad state of boxing right there.
Let me follow up with a question there for you then. If he were, let's just say, and it's not going to happen, but let's just say all of the belts came together and we're like, okay, you want to do this farce with Jake Paul just to make money? We're all stripping you of the belt. What would then happen in that division? Just fantasy purposes.
That's a good question. Morrell coming off a loss, he could say, you know what, let me move back down to 168. Caleb Plant, who's been waiting for quite some time, can be like, hey, let me get some title shots. If one of the Charlo brothers get his mind right, he can move up, or either both of them can move up if they get their mind right and want to act like they want to box. Right there, they're right there. Demetrius Andrade, he's kind of on his last leg. You got the young bulls like Diego Pacheco, who just fought. You have Billy and Billy. You got him. He's right there. You have, I'm trying to think, who's the other feller in the light heavy super middleweight. God, there's one more. And Billy Pacheco. Somebody in the chat. I know.
Josh, help us out, Josh.
Somebody knows what I'm talking about, or Skywalker. But they have options. I think Demetrius Andrade, if he would come out of retirement, or not out of retirement, but just fight. He's another one that can probably steal a belt too. But they have a couple options at 168. Yeah, there we go. And Billy Iglesias, that's the other one. Yeah, there we go. Pacheco and Billy Iglesias. So those are young bulls that are right there. Pacheco, I like Pacheco. He just fought Terrence Crawford's guy, Too Cold, Steven Nelson, recently in the zone, which is a good fight. But Pacheco, he's very young, and Billy, I think Billy probably the one who's ready, because they were saying he could be Canelo's opponent in May also around Cinco de Mayo. But it's that division's kind of meh, because Morrell and Benavidez had to move up because Canelo didn't want to fight them. So that's sad.
You're right, and he like 86 Boxing said, he blatantly ducked Benavidez. We know that. Your cousin comes in, Bagnello, right? Yeah, we know.
He's
says
the money.
Says, there you go, right here. Can't blame him, he says, but sad for the sport of boxing.
Well, people didn't stop buying his stuff. If people stopped buying his stuff, they wouldn't, Berlango, he's a prospect. Edgar Berlango, he's still a prospect to me. He shouldn't even got that fight.
As many fights as he's been in, I am not pleased with his progress. I'll tell you that much from the where he started. Shout out Troy Morgan. We got the like and the subscribe.
That's what I'm talking about. Troy, I appreciate you, brother. Roy.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes I be getting frozen on here. We know that. The freeze master. Yeah, yeet. We got that Jey Uso. Yeet. We got that Jey Uso. Let's go.
He did win Royal Rumble, huh?
He did. He was yeeting all over the place. I love it.
He's trash.
I mean, is he the greatest wrestler? No. Is he one of the greatest tag team wrestlers of all time? Yes. Did he get a catchphrase and a personality sort of like Daniel Bryan did?
He's killing it.
Right.
I'm put like this. I don't watch much. I did watch that Royal Rumble, and his come to the ring stuff, phenomenal. His work in the ring, it doesn't match coming into the ring stuff. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with that. I agree. But he's going to be able to fight somebody for the championship. Probably going to be Gunther at WrestleMania, and then John Cena is back. He did not make himself win the Rumble, which I thought he was going to do, but he did. He is entering the Elimination Chamber, which now you have to expect that he's going to win because they're going to have to give Cena that 17th title to beat Ric Flair's record. I mean, they have to at this point.
Sure.
You're like,
sure. God.
You're like, okay. On that. I mean, how where Ric Flair had the record for titles.
Yeah, I know that. But
John Cena just means so much to the WWF. You know what I mean? WWE.
Yeah, no, he's a staple. He carried them when there wasn't that much, popularity.
Hey, and you are carrying us along. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We are about to hit that fan mailbag and take those questions, but please, as always, make sure you are subscribed at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, and please hit that like button for us so YouTube hits us up in the algorithm. Even if it's after, if you're watching the replay, it still helps. Any like, any comment, YouTube will serve us up to more people. So thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate that here at Ball and Buds. Let's get into the fan mailbag. First of all, this is a question comes out of San Diego, California. Heart of Fire is the username. Thank you for the mailbag. Why would Ryan Garcia, who is now going to be fighting for the WBA championship, why would he enter into VADA? So what do you have to say about that?
Well, the racist cheater would enter in because he knows that that's the only way boxing moves. You have to enter to prove that you are clean, and he obviously isn't a clean fighter. I mean, if you look at Tank Davis, the reason why Tank Davis drained him because Tank said that we all know you're using something, and that's why Tank drained him down when they fought. When he fought Haney, he came in overweight on purpose, and got caught with what's in the system. So he's supposed to be fighting Rolly Ramirez for I think it's welterweight, so moving to 147. I mean, the guy hasn't made weight in his last 2 fights. Wow. So I guess he's moving up to 147. It's going to be for the regular belt, which I thought the WBA was going to get rid of the regular belt because Stayonis is fighting Boots in Atlantic City April 12th for a unification bout. So this isn't for the actual WBA title. It has to be for the regular. And regular just means that you're the number one contender. No. They promoted it as the WBA champion. Okay. That's what Ring Magazine did. So that's what that's why everyone's like, what are they talking about?
Right.
So everyone's kind of, feeling a certain way about that. But I mean, he's probably gonna beat Rolly Ramirez. I don't see him losing that fight. But yeah, he's back in Nevada because he knows that he met with Turkey Sheik. I guess he apologized or said whatever because he had some remarks to say about black people, black men, black women, Jewish folks, and Muslims. So I guess he had apologized to Turkey Sheik face to face about what he said about Muslims, and Turkey Sheik will work with him. So
and if you want to interview with us, you're gonna have to apologize to us too, you racist piece of shit. Anyways, you know how we feel about him on this show, and I apologize to Hearts of Fire. I believe the end of that question was sarcastic, but I asked it in a way that wasn't. But I think they agree with you. Like, I think it was more of but I'm just reading it off email, so it's hard for me to tell. But I think it was more of why would he enter VADA when he knows he's, dirty kind of thing. Anyways, all right, we got some comments here. 86 Boxing, Pitbull and Fierro had the fight of the year thus far. What do you say about that?
I concur 100%.
All right. Adam Hurley, shout out. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Adam.
Says Crawford would Canelo Ginger's ass. Oh, okay. Sorry. There's the other word. Beat. Okay. Got it. That's what I was thinking, but I was like, wait, pause.
The rumor now that a lot of people are saying is that Crawford knew that he was going to fight Canelo for so long that he's been putting on muscle a certain way.
Okay.
That's not going to hinder his movement. And I think Canelo's probably scared, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Crawford is taller and he has a longer arm reach than Canelo. And it's not like Canelo has one punch knockout power. He hasn't done that. When was the last time he knocked somebody out one punch? So, and
that was the thing you were worried about, was the weight difference and the move up in weight class.
The size. It's just, someone beating on your arms, just hitting you, in your guard. It wears on you. So, but they're saying that Crawford's already been training to put on size and keep his speed and things of that nature. So, it's one of those things where if that fight does happen, I would have to see Paul's ahead of time. I would have to see Crawford's body ahead of time before this fight.
You want to see his body,
see how he put the weight on. It's like Charlo, he did Charlo dirty. He weighed him a little later in the day. Charlo wasn't on his nutrition. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
So so you're saying it's like Bailey. It all went to her cheeks. So now you're saying you want to see if
I heard that. I looked at her. I saw her in the Rumble. I was like, you know what? Go ahead, hit toss me on out. Go on.
She said, I can't help it. It went to my cheeks. Shout out Al Hurley. Smash that subscribe button. We appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
and Clubber D, I thought that about going to that Boots Stayonis fight. May not, though. I have another boxing thing as well.
Well, you are the superstar referee. If you guys don't know, Josh is a referee as well. So if you aren't going, if you think about going, let me know, because I got a couple folks that we might just make that trip. April 12th, head up there to the boardwalk in Atlantic City. So, Omar might say, you know what, I'm getting on a plane. I'll meet y'all up there. You never know.
No. You forget. Omar will be back in April. I'll be back. I can go.
12th. April 12th.
I'll be back April 7th. I'm coming back with my dad.
Okay.
Back the first week. Oh, let's do this. Yes. Last time we went to Atlantic City for a boxing match. You remember. Yeah. It was a sad day for me. But it's okay.
No, it was a good day. It was a good day because it was Canelo beat Alfonso Gomez.
No, I'm talking about when what's his name cheated Cotto.
We didn't go to that fight.
We didn't go to that fight?
No, Cotto won when we fought. Cotto beat Alfonso Gomez.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Margarito was on the undercard. He was on the undercard.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Mexican. Yeah, the gloves. Yeah. No, Canelo won that fight. Canelo won his fight. Okay.
Got it. I still have the Puerto Rican gloves I had bought from that fight. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. That sounds awesome. All right.
That's why I found out I was intolerant. I'll tell y'all guys that story another time.
Which one was that?
Morning, when I was lactose intolerant, and I had to run to the casino, and then I came out and saw the deaf people fighting. I thought they were in a gang. It's a long story, y'all. I'll tell you that later. I've never seen drunk deaf people before in my life. It was hilarious.
Adam Hurley says Canelo saw him at 168. Oh shit, he is not too small at 168. Yeah, that's what we're gonna see. Yeah. That's what Cupboard was saying. I was gonna take it easy peasy, but half he done. Where's John Ryder?
John Ryder. Saw that fight when I was down in Nashville with Omar. We did a show. Yeah, that was the same one. That was the same day that I called the Sterling getting knocked out by O'Malley in the second round when we did that show by the pool in your rooftop.
All right.
Shout out to Nashville.
I remember that. Shout out Nashville. I like being back. It's fun. Hit with stars again. Oh, and we got a impromptu email that just popped in a couple minutes ago from DA out of Raleigh, and he wants to agree. Well, it's not as much of a question. He's agreeing with you and saying that the Tims extended from New York to about the DC area, but he also said that he does not believe that Atlanta or the South was a place where Tims were abundant, and wanted to know your response to that.
I agree. I mean, Tims aren't really I think even in the workforce, Tims aren't like the shoes to use, the boots to use. So as far as fashion, they did come to DC area, but a lot of DC cats will tell you they rock Nike boots. You know what I'm saying? Like Nike boots were big in DC, but we still rock Tims as well. I down south, I just don't. Yeah, they weren't really rocking Timbs like that. That's why I say like probably around here, it's probably it. As far as the abundance of Timbs.
Right.
Because South they had like because said they had lugs, they had pure player boots or whatever.
Shouldn't that the pure players?
Pure players, they had Echo boots, anything but Timbs, what I'm saying? They rock duck boots, what I'm saying? Like they do that stuff, but it's one of those things. But we talk about everything when you're fashion.
Yo, I just had the most massive flashback to one time when I was younger. I might have been in high school or something like that, maybe middle school. And I was out shopping. I was out with my mom for some reason, and we were at the shoe store. And she knew I was looking for boots. She knew I was looking for boots because I always wear Timbs, and this was actually around the time with those white lugs, actually around the same time. And we were in the store, and she was like, "What about these?" And she holds up some pure players, and I was like, "No, I am not going to school and getting made fun of with some pure players on my feet." Make it the real shit, Mom.
Got them 2 cartons of cigarettes on your feet.
Adam Hurley, thank you, brother. We really appreciate this. Look at this. First time to see you guys and the sub. That's two in 30 minutes on the new subs there.
There we go. Hopefully you find an old video you like. Hopefully the new videos you'll enjoy. So appreciate all you guys, man. Seriously.
And before we wrap up
this thing out, we had like 2 people watching, maybe 1 person watching. So the fact that we got at the where we are now, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Keep on growing.
Thank y'all so much. We appreciate that support. Make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, as he said, for everything. Make sure you hit that like button. We have one last thing to do. We are going to go to the YouTube comments over the past few weeks as Canelo has been in the news more with the Crawford, fight in the works, and then now possibly not. There have been a lot of comments on your all-time 5 Mexican boxers. So if y'all don't know, this is one of the best shorts that we've ever had on our channel. Clubber D did an all-time top 5 boxers from Mexico, and this thing got, I think it's like almost 1,500 views now. I haven't checked in a little bit, but he had a lot of comments over the past few weeks, taking considerable consternation with his list of people. So first of all, we are going to remind you who was in Clubber D's top 5. Number 5. Eric Morales. Number 4, Marco Antonio Barrera. Number 3, and this is going to be one of the main points of contention here of everybody, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who we just talked about. At 2, Juan Manuel Marquez, and at number 1, the legend Julio Cesar Chavez. So now that you have that in mind, that's Clubber D's top 5 Mexican boxers, and this was done last year. So this was it's probably almost 2 years ago now. So do keep that in mind when you think about his list. Now let's go to some comments, and then we're going to get Clubber D's response. So Zay Money 8479 says, shout out, take Canelo out because he cherry picked, which you've said today. And you didn't see any of these comments. Clubber D has never seen any of these comments, by the way. I manage the YouTube comments, so he has not seen these yet. And we did not talk about it before the show. Cherry picked ever since he lost to Floyd, who actually gave him his career by putting him on his undercard before fighting him. Put Salvador Sanchez at 1 or 2. Now, Salvador Sanchez was brought up by a number of people, and he's not in your top 5 at all. So what do you say to Salvador Sanchez, first of all, not being in your top 5?
He passed. What year did he pass?
Let me get that for you.
The reason why I made my list is when I started watching boxing, started getting into boxing, and the Mexican fighters, I should have specified, this is my fault. It's probably my fault. I should have specified, Mexican boxers that impacted me as far as watching sport and which that people
should be what it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Puerto Rican boxers, I went back in the day for Puerto Rican boxers. It wasn't as many. So I had to go back in the day for some of the Puerto Rican boxers. But I would say for this list, it was all the Mexican boxers that, for me, catapulted and put Mexican fighters on the map. Now, there's a lot of Mexican fighters that, of course, the Mexicans knew, which are great fighters. But as far as making the average Americans root for them and putting them on the map as far as, oh snap, that's Eric Morales. Oh, he beat Plessis, or Antonio Barrera. Oh, he beat Prince Ahmed, and things like that. That made them put you guys on the map. That's how I did my list. Okay, so of course it's gonna be, as Josh said, subjective. You know. Oh, yeah, I know Josh is gonna be like, oh yeah, you don't have Julio Johnson from 1975. He's gonna put
Julio Johnson.
He's gonna
go
in on me. Josh is about to go in on me. But no, seriously, I'm gonna say this. I made my list I should put Mexican fighters that impacted my life and how I feel that catapulted Mexican fighters as a whole to the next level. And you can't argue with Chavez. Chavez was the whole culture and put everybody on the map, and not put everybody on the map, but put more eyes on the map. And everybody, as far as La Raza, was rooting for him, and he was the epitome of La Raza. So that's all.
Yeah, he was, and so is Conan. Shout out Conan.
Oh yeah. Let me speak on this. Órale! Arriba la raza!
Time to stack a million. Money's to the ceiling.
What was that?
That's the start of his actual banger. But anyway, shout out everybody. Yeah. Check out YouTube at Ball and Buds. You see it right there. That's where you can watch the sport at.
Comment on it.
And yeah, so why you said that though also is because some other people have suggested people like Ricardo Lopez, who died in 1996. Sanchez died in 82. So all great fighters, and again, would have been included on Clubber D's list, but this is Clubber D's top 5, not your top 5. So y'all can stop being dusty. But we do appreciate.
You know what, Omar, you're 110%. And what I should have done, I should have did honorable mentions, because I would have put them on there, would have explained why. But you gotta remember, this is when we were early in this YouTube game, and Omar was like, "Yo, make a top 5 list." All right, bet, I got you. Boom, boom. Now I should have done a deep dive in and see, some of the historical Mexican fighters that were way before my time that paved the way for these current fighters. And if you guys want to, I can make a newer list. And I agree with the Canelo slander, 100% agree. That's why I can never put him number 1. But I cannot ignore the fact that he is the first ever Mexican-born undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. I can't ignore that fact. And also, somebody said De La Hoya. De La Hoya is born in America. He represented America in the Olympics, so I can't put him on that list. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Yeah. And so that was. Oh, hold on, real quick. So that was from NJC79. Shout out. And he actually, because I didn't mention this comment yet, I was going to go to that next. He said, remove Canelo and make. No, you're fine. That's perfect because it's a segue. Remove Canelo and make De La Hoya number 3, Sanchez at number 2, and Salvador Sanchez at number 1. So you're obviously in reference to that is what you're talking about.
Remember, Salvador Sanchez unfortunately passed away, 83, 82?
82, August of 82. Yeah.
August 82. I was 3 months old. So these are all fighters that I grew up watching and kind of elevated Mexican fighters to me to that next level and getting the respect that they always deserved. Of course, there's a bunch of fighters beforehand that are great, but these are the fighters that I kind of saw and noticed the rise in popularity as far as these lighter weight divisions, because we all know that all the money's in the heavier divisions, welterweight and up. That's where all the money's at, 147 and up. Now, if somebody did a list of their best, African American fighters and put Pernell Whitaker, I feel a certain way. That's my favorite fighter of all time. He's one of the reasons why I started watching boxing, watching Pernell Whitaker fight with my dad, representing Virginia, 757. So I get where people are coming from. I get it. I understand. But I did my list on when I started watching boxing and the trajectory of Mexican fighters, other people on that list and how they impacted the sport. So, that's how I did it.
Hey, and we love it. And if you get another one from them, be lucky. If not, be dusty. But we do love
be lucky or be dusty. I like that.
The bars are coming all day. You can have that one, my friend.
Be lucky or be dusty.
That's a good one. But we do want to say thank you to everybody for the comments. Shout out ZMoney8479, John DZ or dash DZ4EX. Got to come with a better username than that, my friend. That's hard to say. And then NJ, that's terrible. NJC79. Shout out for the YouTube comments. That's terrible.
Those are all burner accounts too. Y'all. I need to check y'all's IP addresses. Y'all be doing some stuff. That is terrible. What the hell y'all be doing? 79. The hell?
I hope I hear Clubber D make the Lucky Dusty one of his catchphrases, because that was pretty good.
Be lucky or Dusty, 1 to 2.
Be lucky or Dusty. All right, and y'all better be lucky or Dusty, because you were lucky to find us, as 2 people found out tonight. Shout out to Adam Hurley and shout out to Troy Morgan, new watchers who subscribed. We would appreciate if you share with everybody so everybody can subscribe. At Ball and Buds, you see it up top. Scan that QR code. It'll take you to all of our social media. You can subscribe on YouTube, follow on Instagram, find Clubber D on TikTok. You can find the Bottom Line Sports Facebook group. Whatever you want to do, you can find it there at that QR code. And we're so happy that you tuned in. We will be back again soon for another edition of Clubber D, the Combat G's Combat Sports Special. Clubber D, what do you have to say to the fans?
You know, we're in the lab right now. We're trying to get a big show for before the February 22nd fight card, which would be the best boxing card of all time. We got Better BF going against Bivol rematch. You got Stevenson going against Schofield. You got Majimov going against Virgil Ortiz. You got Adamas going against guy I can't pronounce his name. You got a lot of fighters up on there, and it's gonna be great. It's one of the best cards. It's gonna probably in history. It's gonna be $22. So hopefully we can get Josh up over here. Hopefully we can get Skywalker over here. Hopefully we can pop a Yayo, heavy on a Poppy, light on the Yayo. We'll handle Ernest over here. It's gonna be fun. We'll have a big show, and any of you guys out there that like boxing and want to hop on, let us know. We'll get you on too. But we're gonna have some fun. All right.
Yes, sir. That sounds amazing. I got nothing else to say except make sure you're subscribed so you catch up with all of our live and recorded videos that we put up. We put up videos every day on Ball and Buds. So be there, be square. We love you. Peace out. All that good stuff. Holla. 5,000.
He's with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat, don't be close. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will go. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools, anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best, and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clubber D, the Combat G, and the Sports Professor.